something caused this break, Gil. Something caused this break.
Yes, it did. It was Vanessa caused the break, so they had to be on the out.
By now, some fans know that Kobe Bryant's parents never liked Vanessa, but now they're finally explaining why, and it's deeper than anyone thought. According to them, Vanessa was the reason Kobe turned his back on his own family, just so she could have full control over him. I've got all the details, and trust me, it gets really messy. Let's break it down. The seeds of hatred, when love became war. The story begins in the late 1990s, when Kobe Bryant was already establishing himself as one of the NBA's most promising young talents. Kobe, who grew up in a basketball family, his father, Joe "Jellybean" Bryant, being a former NBA player, had initially shared a close bond with his parents. They had supported his unprecedented jump from high school directly to the NBA, and the family seemed united in their pursuit of basketball greatness. But everything changed on that fateful day in November 1999, when Kobe met Vanessa Lane on the set of a music video for The Side Is Good Up. She was just 17 years old, a high school student working as a background dancer. Kobe was 21 and already a rising NBA star. The attraction was immediate and intense, leading to what many would later describe as an obsessive courtship that alarmed Kobe's family from the very beginning. What made this meeting so controversial wasn't just the age difference, though that certainly raised eyebrows. It was everything that Vanessa represented to Joe and Pamela Bryant. Vanessa, who is of Mexican and Irish descent, represented everything that Kobe's parents didn't want in a daughter-in-law. According to multiple sources close to the family, Joe and Pam had very specific ideas about who their son should marry, and those ideas didn't include a teenage Latina girl with no family connections to wealth or status. The speed of Kobe and Vanessa's relationship only amplified these concerns. By May 2000, just 6 months after meeting, Kobe proposed to Vanessa on her 18th birthday. For Joe and Pamela Bryant, this represented their worst nightmare coming true. Here was their son, barely 21 years old, rushing headlong into marriage with a girl they viewed as completely unsuitable. But the real controversy, the issue that would poison the Bryant family well for decades to come, was rooted in something much deeper and more disturbing than age or social status. Multiple accounts from family, friends, and media reports claimed that Joe and Pamela disapproved of Vanessa because she was not African American, aligning with their preference for Kobe to marry within his racial community. This wasn't just cultural preference. This was racial prejudice, plain and simple. A 2020 report described Joe's rejection as stemming from Vanessa's Mexican origins, and family friends noted this was a heartbreaking factor in the family dynamic. The implications of this rejection were devastating for everyone involved, but particularly for a young woman who had done nothing wrong except fall in love with their son. The Bryants' disapproval manifested in increasingly desperate attempts to control their son's relationship. Sources suggest Joe and Pamela wanted Kobe to date someone more established and felt he was too young to commit. They viewed the relationship as obsessive and premature, with Kobe being described as unnaturally obsessed with Vanessa to the point where it might risk his promising basketball career.
At that point in time, he gonna be grown. You can say, son, I don't think she... Bro, half the team done been with her. But if he love her, ain't ish you can say.
The situation reached a breaking point when Kobe and Vanessa announced their wedding plans. The couple married on April 18, 2001, at St. Edward the Confessor Catholic Church in Dana Point, California, in a ceremony attended by only about 12 people. Most tellingly, Kobe's parents, Joe and Pam Bryant, did not attend the wedding, along with his two sisters, Sharia and Shea. This wasn't a scheduling conflict or a family disagreement. This was a deliberate, calculated snub that sent a clear message to the world. The Bryant family did not approve of this union, and they were willing to publicly humiliate their own son to make that point clear. The absence of Kobe's family at his wedding was just the beginning of what would become a 2-year estrangement that cut deep into Kobe's heart. This disapproval led to a 2-year separation following the 2001 wedding, with the family only reconciling briefly after Natalia's birth in 2003. One of the most poignant examples of this ongoing rift occurred during what should have been one of the happiest moments of Kobe's early career. After the Lakers defeated the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2001 NBA Finals, in Kobe's hometown of Philadelphia, no less, his parents did not attend the celebration, reportedly due to their disapproval of Vanessa. An iconic photo from that night shows Kobe appearing somber despite the victory, a visual representation of the isolation he felt from his own family. Think about that for a moment. Here was a young man who had achieved one of the highest honors in professional basketball, winning an NBA championship in his own hometown, and his parents couldn't even be bothered to celebrate with him because they disapproved of his wife. The message was clear. Their hatred for Vanessa was stronger than their love for their son's achievements. The financial dynamics of the situation only made things worse. From the start, Kobe provided financial support for Vanessa's family, which reportedly strained relations with his own parents. Joe and Pamela Bryant watched as their son bought homes and provided support for his wife's family, while they felt increasingly marginalized and financially dependent. This created a competitive dynamic where both sides felt they were being shortchanged, and where every financial decision became a referendum on family loyalty. The perception, whether fair or not, was that Vanessa's family was receiving preferential treatment while Kobe's own parents were being held to different standards.
The parents disagree. Like, I don't think you should marry her. Like, if you're young, you need a prenup. And the father, who's been an NBA player before,
Right.
is giving his knowledge to his son, right?
Yeah.
Well, if his girlfriend knows the parents don't like him, what happens when they get married? What is the girlfriend stand, or the wife now stands? The wife's stand is, I don't mess with them.
As the years passed, the rift between Kobe and his parents only deepened. The temporary reconciliation that occurred after Natalia's birth proved to be just that, temporary. But this was just the beginning. The real explosion was yet to come, a betrayal so profound and so public that it permanently shattered what remained of the Bryant family bonds, the ultimate betrayal, when parents became enemies. By 2013, Kobe and Vanessa had weathered numerous storms together that would have destroyed most marriages. They had survived Kobe's 2003 sexual assault allegation in Colorado, where he admitted to adultery but denied assault.
We told ESPN, our relationship isn't ish. I say, I'm going to buy you a very nice home, and the response is, that's not good enough? Then you're selling my ish?
Scandal revealed adultery, straining the marriage, with Vanessa standing by him publicly. This crisis tested not only Kobe and Vanessa's marriage, but also the fragile peace that had been established with his parents. Kobe later linked a 2005 miscarriage to the stress from the assault case, highlighting the personal toll that public scrutiny and legal battles took on the young family. The way the family navigated this crisis revealed much about their dynamics. While Vanessa stood firmly by Kobe's side, appearing at press conferences and court hearings, the support from his parents was less visible and less consistent. This period showed that, while the birth of Natalia had brought temporary reconciliation, the foundation of the family relationships remained unstable. They reconciled after Vanessa filed for divorce in 2011, citing irreconcilable differences amid reports of Kobe's alleged extramarital affairs, only to call it off and renew their commitment to each other in 2013. But while Kobe and Vanessa were rebuilding their marriage and their family, the relationship with his parents was about to suffer a blow from which it would never recover. What happened next would expose the true depth of Joe and Pamela Bryant's resentment toward their daughter-in-law and their sense of entitlement to their son's success and wealth. In 2013, Joe and Pam Bryant attempted to auction Kobe's high school memorabilia and championship rings without his permission, reportedly to fund their lifestyle and purchase a new home. We're not talking about a few dusty trophies gathering cobwebs in an attic. This was a collection worth over $450,000, including items of immense sentimental and financial value that represented Kobe's journey from high school prodigy to NBA superstar. The audacity of this move cannot be overstated. Imagine discovering that your own parents had taken your most precious possessions, items that represented your life's work, your achievements, your blood, sweat, and tears, and put them up for sale without so much as a phone call to ask permission. For Kobe, this wasn't just theft. It was the ultimate betrayal of trust. The legal battle that ensued was swift and decisive. Kobe sued them and the auction house, settling out of court, but the damage to their relationship was irreparable. What made the situation even more painful was the context surrounding it. This wasn't a case of desperate parents struggling to make ends meet. Kobe had been financially supporting them for years. The public nature of the legal proceedings meant that the intimate details of the Bryant family's financial arrangements became tabloid fodder. Joe and Pam issued a public apology, stating, "We regret our actions and statements related to the Kobe Bryant auction memorabilia. We apologize for any misunderstanding and unintended pain we have caused our son and appreciate the financial support he has provided over the years." But for Kobe, the apology was too little, too late. The betrayal cut too deep. In a 2016